Welcome to Living Healthy and Aging Well. My name is Ken Haglind, and we are broadcasting from the AM 950 radio station that overlooks beautiful Bryant Lake Regional Park located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. It is another beautiful day here in the Twin Cities, and I am so grateful to be here with you today, and I hope all of you listening are doing well. We are on the air every Saturday from noon to 1 to talk about your health and your life. We cover a wide range of topics to help you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. I want to thank all of you that leave us messages on our radio show phone line. We appreciate hearing from you, and we welcome your comments, questions, and topics for future shows. Also, if you are interested in being a guest on our radio show, please call or text us at 612-999-3426. Now, you can also contact us on our website at livinghealthyradio.com. There you can find information about upcoming guests as well as listen to our previous shows, and we look forward to hearing from you. We are adding new listeners to the show each week, not only here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, but also throughout the country. You can find podcasts for all of our radio shows on the AM 950 radio website, and we can also be found on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and many other podcast and streaming services. You can also watch our broadcast live on the radio station's Facebook page at AM 950 Radio. Joining me in a few minutes will be Ericha Rupp. She is the owner of a therapy company called Notable Music Therapy Services of Minnesota. And she is here today to share how musical concepts and activities can help with neurodiverse individuals. Now, music therapy is a treatment option for individuals with physical, mental, or developmental conditions which focuses on developing, recovering, or maintaining important skills needed to be successful in their environment. Additionally, music therapy involves the therapeutic use of self-awareness, work, emotional well-being, and play activities to increase independent functioning. Also, music therapy enhances development by improving motor, cognitive, emotional, sensory, social, and communication skills through meaningful activities. Notable Music Therapy Services of Minnesota works one-on-one, sibling groups, social skill groups, and adaptive lessons with individuals, as well as supporting organizations like schools, preschools, daycares, child and adult programming, applied behavioral analysis programs, and community centers. You're going to enjoy listening to my show today with Ericha Rupp. She is an amazing individual and so passionate about helping our communities. If you have questions today, there are two ways to reach us. First, by calling the AM 950 radio station, and our friendly show engineer, Patrick, will get your call on the air. Our phone number is 952-946-6205. Once again, 952-946-6205. Or you can text us your questions at 612-999-3426. Now, don't worry. If you missed those contact numbers, I'll repeat them throughout the show. Also, please don't wait till the show has ended, folks, to call or text us your questions. We often receive many of the same questions after the show has ended. If you have a question, many others do as well. So please try and contact us during the show. We look forward to hearing from you. All right. I want to introduce my guest for today's show. I'm really excited. We've been working for a while to get her on the show. She's a very special person with the gifts that she has and how she is helping support our communities. Ericha Rupp, owner of the therapy company called Notable Music Therapy Services of Minnesota. Welcome to the show, Ericha.
Thank you, Ken. It's great to be here.
This is great. This is just fantastic. I'm just so excited because I know a little bit about your business and the great work you and your team are doing in helping support our neighbors, our families, our communities, and it's just amazing. So I was so excited to be able to get you on the show to be able to help share with our listening audience just this great work, this amazing work that you and your team are doing. Before we get into that, though, the audience loves to hear about you and just to learn a little bit about your background. So why don't you just share with us, whatever you'd feel comfortable with sharing about your background.
Absolutely. I was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and then shortly after, my parents moved to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and I was raised there for a number of years. And then right before I went to high school, I moved back to Minnesota.
All right.
And kind of the rest is history in that sense, because I didn't move away. I stayed here. Mm-hmm. And we lived in a little town called Welcome, Minnesota. It's on the I-90 interstate. So yeah, we call it a spit throw away from the Iowa border, but it's all good. And then I actually moved to North Mankato, and that's where I received 2 bachelor's degrees, one in music education, K through 12, and also in vocal performance with an opera emphasis.
Oh my gosh, we got to have you sing.
Oh, maybe. Who knows? It might organically just happen. So I was a music teacher by day and an opera singer by night, and I absolutely loved it. And I can probably get into it a little bit later, but there was a fun little experience that happened during my teaching time, and then I switched gears and went to the University of Minnesota in the Twin Cities and received my master's equivalency program in music therapy, and then started a business.
Wow. Well, okay. Amazing. So tell us about what inspired you to go the route of a music, first of all, music therapy, but also then eventually creating your own company. Those are big leaps.
2 big things, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. During my teaching experience, I was working with a classroom at that time, which was called a DCD classroom, a developmental cognitive delay classroom, which now is more commonly known as special needs classroom. And I had 6 little honeys in there that I absolutely loved, met them on Thursday mornings at 8 a.m. We'll never forget it. And over the months and the weeks that I got to work with them, I witnessed firsthand how music was able to help set these individuals up for success and give them opportunities to do skills that they were not demonstrating in any other area in the school. And I knew that because their paras that they were with would tell me, "What? I didn't know this individual could do this. What? You got them to do this? They've been trying to do this in this classroom for years, and you just did this? What are you doing?" And I'm like, having fun, just trying to do my thing. I didn't know what it was called. I had no idea what was going on. I just knew that there was something really unique and special going on here, and I wanted to know more. And I was obsessed. I went on the Googles at that time. It was very fresh and new, and tried to search, what is it that I'm doing? I knew it was something that had to do with some type of science and also music, and I wanted to try to find what that looked like. And lo and behold, I fell upon music therapy, and I was like, what is this? Researched it, found that there were 2 universities at that time in Minnesota that were offering a program in music therapy, applied for both of them, and got the letter of acceptance that I got in, and then I was like, oh, okay, here we go. We're doing this, and did a huge career shift within a year. And honestly, it was the best move that I had ever done in my life so far, besides having kids. Yeah. And I don't regret it at all. Yeah. It's just been an absolute joy to be able to do what I get to do. I do not work a day in my life. Right. It's so awesome.
What's so amazing, you and several other people I have on the show, it's so just fascinating to me how your calling finds you. You can be doing all these things because it happened to me, and it's just amazing when that life-changing event or whatever happens, and you just you shift gears, because now all of a sudden you're in the zone. You're doing what you were designed to do. You're doing why you are here. It's pretty amazing. So I'm excited to hear your story about that. We've only got about a minute left here. Yeah. But so how long ago was that when that inflection point happened in your life?
Oh my, 2010, 9.
Wow. Okay, so it's been a while.
2009 that happened.
Okay.
And then the fall of 2010, I was in it. I was in the studying. I was going back to school. And I was just sucking everything up like a sponge. And then I went through the program. So it's an equivalency program. So what they did is they combined the master's and the undergrad all in one.
Oh, yes.
And
right.
I was there for 2.5 years. And then for the last 6 months of the 3-year cycle, I went and did my internship. And I ended up getting hired 4 months into my 6-month internship to work at a mental health facility.
Wow.
To start off with music therapy.
Wow, what a great story, Ericha. Listen, folks, it's time for a short break. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Ericha Rupp. She's the owner of a therapy company called Notable Music Therapy Services of Minnesota, and she is here today to share how musical concepts and activities can help with neurodiverse individuals. As you know, music therapy is a treatment option for individuals with physical, mental, or developmental conditions, which focuses on developing, recovering, or maintaining important skills needed to be successful in their environment. If you have a question for Ericha, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I am Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Minnesotans age 65 plus might qualify for Health Partners Minnesota Senior Health Options. The plan includes personal support, coverage for medical, prescription drugs, and dental, plus over 30 extra benefits. Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
Think your company's safe? Your staff is working from home, right? As I speak, cyber criminals are mounting attacks across the country. Remember, when we're weakest, cyber criminals attack. Hi, Mark Sommerfeld from Rymark. The Rymark team is guiding our clients through these difficult times. In fact, demand has been so high, we created an easy-to-follow guide. It's yours free. Download our 5 steps to securely work from home now at rymarkit.com or call 651-328-8900 for a no-cost how-to discussion.
Peace of mind shouldn't cost a fortune. We keep things simple at Schroman Law because we believe planning for your estate and end-of-life care shouldn't be stressful or expensive. Every client relationship starts with a free consultation so clients have the information they need before making important decisions. From there, we work closely with clients to ensure they are choosing the most efficient and cost-effective plans for their specific needs. Schedule a free consultation today at schromenlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
Hi, I'm Mary T. of the Mary T. family of companies. Our new Camellia Rose Assisted Living and Memory Care is a bold reimagining of what assisted living can be. Our emphasis is on creative meals, outdoor walking paths, and a spectrum of restorative therapies and activities. We are founded on a history of care. We are dedicated to enriching lives. Learn more about Camellia Rose Assisted Living and Memory Care by visiting marytinc.com.
The Park Tavern is your go-to destination for fun. Your friends and your family will have a great time with the fantastic food like the pizzas, appetizers, burgers, entrees, and sandwiches, the best bowling in Minnesota, the wildly popular outdoor patio, great drink specials, all the big games on their numerous screens, and it's the perfect place for your next private event, even large gatherings for over 200. The Park Tavern is your go-to destination for everyone age 1 to 100. Come see for yourself. Have fun at the Park Tavern, Louisiana Avenue, north of Highway 7 in St. Louis Park.
The Senior Linkage Line is a free, statewide service of the Minnesota Board on Aging, helping older Minnesotans and caregivers find answers and connect to services and supports. Questions about Medicare, transportation, looking to move to senior housing, overwhelmed with prescription drug plans? Call the Senior Linkage Line at 800-333-2433 or visit trellisconnects.org, where we help people optimize well-being as they age. That's trellisconnects.org.
right, welcome back, folks. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Ericha Rupp. She is the founder and owner of Notable Music Therapy Services of Minnesota, and she is here today to share how musical concepts and activities can help with neurodiverse individuals. Phenomenal show, amazing person, amazing organization. This is really an important show, folks. If you have anybody that you know that may be able to be helped by this, I mean, this is really the show to listen into. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or you can directly text us your questions at 612-999-3426. Ericha, how can our listeners contact you if they have more questions or want additional information?
Great question. They can either call our office at 952-378-4189, or they can email us directly at info@notablemusictherapy.com. And also, if they're staying late up at night, they can go visit our website, www.notablemusictherapy.com.
All right. Well, we talked about your background and kind of how you got inspired, or how you were grabbed by the music therapy world. So tell us then about how you ended up starting your own music therapy business.
Oh, yeah. This is a fabulous story. I was working for a very large mental health facility that primarily worked with individuals with ASD. And in a nutshell, without disclosing too much, there were a few things that I was struggling with as a professional, wanting to do more for the family. And I felt like where I was working was limiting me in my abilities to do that. It was a very standard clinic where I rarely got to see the guardians of the individuals that I saw. I would go to the lobby. I was notified by the receptionist that they were present, and then I would go out there, grab the honey, bring them in, and do the treatment. And when it was done, went out down the hall, back out to the lobby, released them to the wild, and then grabbed my next honey. That's how it was day in and day out. And I wanted more. I also wanted to work within the home environment because there was a lot of, there was a high need for working on life skills such as bathing, brushing teeth, and getting clothes on. And I was like, gosh, this is so hard to do in the clinic. And you've got the parents trying to remember the toothbrush or the extra set of clothes. And I was like, I wish there was a way that I could do this more. And so then I started researching what it would be like to start my own business. And in 2015, I took the leap. I said goodbye to one place and hello to my very own custom business where I was family-centered. And it actually started solely in the homes of the families that I got to work with. And through word of mouth, through all of the networking that I did while working at the mental health facility for 4.5, 5 years, it just was word of mouth that, oh, Miss Ericha, music lady. Yeah. She's out here. Let's go find her. We want her. We want her. And it has just been amazing. And it's honestly been growing ever since. And it grew quite rapidly from there. And I was a solopreneur for a few years, at least 4 years. And it went from me going into individuals' homes to me developing and creating a clinic space within my home located in Burnsville, Minnesota. And I started bringing people into my home while also traveling still because there were a variety of needs that needed to be met, and sometimes the families didn't have transportation to get to me, or it was just easier to work on the home skill within their home instead of mine because mine was a little different. Yeah, I did that, and then the pandemic happened, and my caseload went down to practically nothing, and I went, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And then all of a sudden, it was like it happened overnight, Ken, where the need for mental health services and also for any therapy services in general, just to kind of work through some of the developments and discoveries that happened during the pandemic, and also to kind of go with what was already known, and in regards to the family dynamics and understanding some new diagnoses for some families, or maybe some expansions to diagnoses that had already happened. Like, there was stuff going on and they needed help, and music therapy was an outlet for many of these families that were in these self-discovery modes. And they did the Google searching, they found me, and my phone would not stop ringing. The emails were not stopping, and it's still ringing. The emails are still coming, which I'm grateful for, and also the need is endless. And because of that, got my own space, which is next to you.
Right.
And started in a small little suite that was like two rooms, and then I made a third room, and then moved out of that like in 4 months because we grew so fast, and grabbed the space across the hall from you. And honestly, we're already suffocating because we're jam-packed and just full of fun and learning and opportunities and safe spaces for individuals to maintain skills and develop new skills to better their quality of life.
Yeah, yeah. Now, you had mentioned used the acronym ASD. Could you mention what is ASD?
ASD is autism spectrum disorder. It's one of the neurodevelopmental disorders that we get to work with.
Wow. Okay. And you mentioned before we got on the air, we were talking, and you refer to the people that you serve as friends. And I noticed you use the word honeys. You got these little honeys that you're working with. Such an interesting approach to just how you identify people that you're working with, and how it's just a very, very intimate, very personal approach.
Yeah.
Which sometimes can be very difficult to do in like a clinic environment or an institutional environment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we want the space that we have for the individuals and families to be welcoming.
Yeah.
We want it to feel like almost like they're home away from home. And I try to make the lobby look very inviting, and we've got crayons and fidgets and coloring books and all these fun things. And we even have we have a motor room for the siblings if they've got siblings that need to get their energy out, or if they're waiting, because 45 to 60-minute sessions can be a long time, especially if you're a mom or a parent that is coming in, or even grandparents. We have them coming in. They're like, oh, I've got to bring the sib. Is that okay? Yeah.
More the merrier. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. All right. We're hearing the music, so it means we're time for a short break. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Ericha Rupp. She is the owner and founder of a therapy company called Notable Music Therapy Services of Minnesota. And she is here today sharing how musical concepts and activities can help with neurodiverse individuals. If you have a question for Ericha, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or you can text us your question at 612-999-3426. I am Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
I'm Rachel Schroman, owner of Schroman Law, and I believe you deserve information. Our firm offers free quarterly estate planning seminars at our office in St. Paul. At these seminars, you can learn the basics of estate planning from an attorney to help you determine which estate planning documents will meet your needs and goals in an efficient and cost-effective manner. You can learn more and register at our website, schromenlaw.com/events. That's SCHROMEN law.com/events.
The Senior Linkage Line is a free, statewide service of the Minnesota Board on Aging, helping older Minnesotans and caregivers find answers and connect to services and supports. Questions about Medicare, transportation, looking to move to senior housing, overwhelmed with prescription drug plans? Call the Senior Linkage Line at 800-333-2433 or visit trellisconnects.org, where we help people optimize well-being as they age. That's trellisconnects.org.
Since when are houses disposable?
I know. About half of what's in landfills are building materials that could be reused or recycled.
For the sake of the environment, this has got to stop.
There is money available to help Hennepin County residents and their contractors do the right thing. reuse and recycle the building materials. You could earn $400 per ton for materials saved on a partial deconstruction of your next remodeling project, and up to $9,000 for a full deconstruction in Hennepin County.
Fixtures and cabinets?
All the way down to stair treads and 2x4s.
Flooring?
We floor you all day long, sister. Materials are sold at Better Futures Reuse Warehouse at 2620 Minnehaha Avenue in Minneapolis.
Don't demolish, deconstruct. Do the right thing, get money back. You nailed it, brother.
That's D-nailed it. Wouldn't want to poke an eye out.
Check out betterfuturesminnesota.com. That's betterfuturesminnesota.com. And don't forget to shop the Reuse Warehouse.
This is Chad, owner of AM 950, here to tell you about the exterior construction company I trust, Snap Construction. If your home was hit with the most recent storms, trust the most well-reviewed exterior construction company, Snap Construction, for a free home inspection.
This is Ryan, owner of Snap Construction. There are a lot of great construction companies in town. My advice is to take your time and do your research. Make sure they are locally owned and that they guarantee their craftsmanship for life. Also, you want to find a company that's been in business for at least 10 years. You want to work with a company that's going to be there long after the work is done. Snap Construction has handled thousands of claims, and we'll help you through the process.
Don't go with the out-of-town, fly-by-night contractor. Most storm damage goes missed by the untrained eye. Trust Snap Construction for your free storm damage evaluation. For your free storm damage evaluation, call Snap Construction at 612-333-SNAP or visit them online at snapconstruction.com. That's 612-333-SNAP or snapconstruction.com.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Cloudy today with a high of 59. Then tonight, partly cloudy with some patchy fog possible late and a low of 43. The nights are getting colder, but the music is still the hottest at Crooner's Supper Club in Fridley. Crooner's is located just north of I-694 off Highway 65 and Moore Lake Drive. View their upcoming music schedules and food menus at croonersloungemn.com.
Welcome back, folks. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Ericha Rupp. She is the owner and founder of a therapy company called Notable Music Therapy Services of Minnesota. And she is here today sharing how musical concepts and activities can help with neurodiverse individuals. Before we return to our conversation with Ericha, I do want to mention this radio show is brought to you in part each week by Minnesota Hospice. Minnesota Hospice is an independent, locally owned medical practice serving our Twin Cities communities with comprehensive end-of-life health care. The team at Minnesota Hospice provides patients and family members with award-winning end-of-life health care services. You may not be aware that hospice brings compassionate medical, social, emotional, and spiritual services to your home with typically no cost to you or your family. Please do not wait to learn how hospice care can benefit you and your loved ones. If you have any questions regarding end-of-life care or support, please contact the compassionate team of experts at Minnesota Hospice. They are available to answer your questions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 952-898-1022. Once again, 952-898-1022, or visit them online at minnesotahospice.com. All right, let's return to our conversation, our fascinating conversation with Ericha Rupp. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205. Ericha, how can our listeners contact you if they have questions or want more information?
Absolutely. They can call our office directly, 952-378-4189, or they can go ahead and send us an email at info@notablemusictherapy.com. And they can also visit our website, www.notablemusictherapy.com.
All right. All right. Boy, there's just so much to talk about here, and we only have a part of the show left. I do want to jump into talking about some of your clients, your honeys, your friends, just some of the ways you have helped all kinds of people over the years. I think the audience would just really love to hear some stories about how you've been able to help them in their environments and in their lives.
Absolutely. Yeah. The one that comes to mind right off the top of my head is there was a 6-year-old that I got to work with that was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder. And sometimes when we've gotten rare genetic disorders, it can demonstrate itself in just some really unique ways. And for this one, they were really working on forms of communication and expressing themselves and wanting to make sure that their needs and wants were being clearly expressed within the home environment. And this was an in-home session. And the mom really, 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 really just wanted to hear her son say, "Mom." And once we did the assessment to determine if this individual could qualify for music therapy services, we did find that, yeah, absolutely, music is motivating enough to get through the hard stuff. It's not only just singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star and feeling good and dancing around the room, or watching a YouTube music video and enjoying it and being glued to it for hours on end. No, this little honey was definitely motivated, meaning that we could work on increasing range of motion, we could work on identifying our colors, we could work on numbers and sequencing, all through incorporating his preferred music. And this one in particular really liked some heavy beat moving songs. And so we did a lot of, I'm not sure if your listeners are familiar with Laurie Berkner. He really liked Rocket Ship Run in particular for his preferred songs and the background. So what then I did is I replicated those beats and also the style of that song, and I did what I call a lyric replacement, where I take what the written words were and I replace it with words that are familiar for him. And I incorporated to begin with, to start kind of exercising his facial muscles to kind of form the sound and then we kind of changed it up to ah, and then combining everything and also working on a sequencing goal so that way we could sequence the sounds together and then put them together. And lo and behold, I got a text message late at night from Mom saying, "You won't believe what just happened." And she absolutely credited us. And I'm like, it's not all us. They're doing the work.
Yeah.
This friend was doing all of the work. I just showed up with a bunch of flashy things and the guitar. Yay! They did it. They did it. They did it. And then ever since then, it's Mom, 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 Mom. And as far as I know, getting an update most recently, his vocabulary has increased significantly, and they're still utilizing the same strategies that we had used in the music therapy sessions within their home as home strategies to continue the work, so that way they can add other words and other sounds. And
Wow. So what's so neat about that, well, there's several aspects here. I mean, I got to believe Mom is just, I mean, to hear the word mom is just, I mean, over the moon type of things. Yeah. But that you're able to then help the family with these techniques and processes and activities that they can continue to do, when you're not there.
Absolutely.
Okay. And that I think is just very powerful. That you've told me that you're just so family centric, that the family, you really want to incorporate the family into the program and to help with the progress of your honeys and your friends.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So talk about a little bit. I'm just curious. I'm sure the audience is too. Well, you talked about the guitar. What other? So you got ukuleles and voice, and tell us more about some of the tools and instruments that you use in your services, in your therapy services.
We use kind of our standard music therapy toolkit is a keyboard or a piano. A keyboard because it's more portable. Yeah. And a guitar, a string instrument of some sort, obvious for portable reasons as well. A ukulele. We also have a variety of percussion instruments. So we've got drums, we've got shakers, we've got rhythm sticks, we've got anything that will kind of set the individual up for success with any type of either palmar grasping or holding on to things or letting go of things or texture things. So sometimes we've got individuals that are very sensitive to like the touch of a tissue. So then we have scarves that are specifically replicated the tissue that will slowly incorporate in, if that is one of the goals.
Right.
So that way they can grow some type of tolerance or some type of familiarity or comfort. Or we also then can discover if this is like an established tactful aversion where we're not going to do this, which then in return is still educational and self-discovery for the client, for the family to be like, okay, we're going to find something else. Right. And then we help the families find that whatever that something else is to help be able to still fulfill the need, whether it's blowing boogers or catching sneezes, right. Whatever the function of the thing is. In this case, it's the tissue. But yeah, we kind of work with the family, and our office is full of what we call manipulatives. And the manipulatives mainly are like board games or Beanie Babies or stuffed animals. We've got storybooks. We have little toy cars. We've got anything that will kind of encourage the client to grab on something too that is familiar and something that feels safe to them. Because our priority in this treatment process is that we are constantly evaluating and watching all the things from head to toe, is what I tell my interns, and watching and receiving all the feedback in order to kind of maintain a safe environment where the individual really feels compelled or inspired to wanting to be their authentic self, and it's going to be okay. Yeah. Nobody's going to yell at them. Nobody's going to scold them or make them feel less than. We're going to celebrate it, and we're going to incorporate it into whatever we're doing. So we've got many storage rooms full of a bunch of fun things in order to bring that out.
And again, do you still do home visits, or is most okay? So again, one of those rare organizations that does house calls. Because it's just it's something we need desperately in all aspects of life. I mean, I focus on senior living, senior care, elderly type things, and again, there's just such a great need to have services come to them because they really just can't. I mean, you mentioned the pandemic earlier, and that really just kind of changed the landscape with people thinking they have to come to a clinic or an office or something. Where again, I'm seeing more and more businesses trying to adapt to bringing services to the home. So that, and
we have virtual too. We offer virtual sessions.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
In home, whatever is the most comfortable and conducive to the treatment plan that sets the individual up for success. Because we do have individuals that will do the assessment within the home and will realize that the in-home environment is not conducive to the learning style of the individual. And then that's when we'll recommend at least a 30-day trial at the clinic for whatever reason it is. Most of the time, it's mainly the structure, because our individuals, when we come into their home, we're in their territory. Right. And sometimes that's a space for them to just not work and not have to do X, Y, and Z because they're spending so much time at school or 40 hours of applied behavioral analysis within the home or at another clinic, or they're at a day program. They're doing all of this work throughout the day. And then by the time we come in, they're like, no, I don't want this. I'm done working. I want to do nothing.
Right. Well, like adults.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Like anyone. Yes.
It's a universal trait.
Yes. Yeah. So we try to honor that, and we try to help support the guardians in that and walk them through that, and then work with them, really.
Yeah. We've only got a minute left here in this segment. What are some of the things that people may misunderstand or questions they have about your service?
Yeah.
What?
You don't have to be a musician in order to benefit from the service.
Oh,
That's like the most common one. And that we don't usually work on music goals. We work on goals that are of non-music nature.
You said that earlier. We use music, however, our goals are non-musical in nature, which is fascinating.
Yeah.
You want people to be able to, again, live successfully in their environment.
Yes.
And this is one of the tools you use, because you also have, like you say, we talked about talk therapy and music therapy. And you incorporate other things, whatever the needs are for that, for your friend or your honey. Okay. All right. Well, the music is cueing us out here, Ericha. It's time for another short break. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Ericha Rupp, owner and founder of a therapy company called Notable Music Therapy Services of Minnesota. And she is here today sharing how musical concepts and activities can help with neurodiverse individuals. And we've been talking about how music therapy is a treatment option for individuals with physical, mental, or developmental conditions, which focuses on developing, recovering, or maintaining important skills needed to be successful in their environment. If you have a question for us, give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
The Mary T. family of companies serves seniors and people with a wide range of disabilities. We provide home health care, hospice services, and accessible rental housing. This is Mary T., and we'd like you to join us. We're hiring direct care professionals, CNAs, nurses, and other support services. Our mission is to provide quality, personalized services to meet the unique and evolving needs of the people that we serve. Join a Minnesota family-owned company that was founded on a history of care. Apply today at marytinc.com/careers.
If you've made the decision to level your home and build new or to renovate, hire Better Futures Minnesota to take it apart by hand. Think before you scrap. Think of the energy and greenhouse gases saved by diverting what can be reused and recycled from the landfill. Better Futures Minnesota can do it for you. Hennepin County residents and public entities, there are funds available to make the environmentally right thing to do comparable to demolition. Check out betterfuturesminnesota.com. That's betterfuturesminnesota.com.
Seward Co-op is now offering convenient self-serve and prepackaged hot options and salad bars at both the Franklin and Friendship stores. Breakfast items available daily until 11 a.m. and brunch served all day every Sunday. Their weekly lunch and dinner menus highlight cuisines from around the world. They offer vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free options daily. 95% of the ingredients used are organic from small-scale, local community food producers whenever possible. More at seward.coop.
Attention parents and caregivers, Next Chapter Booksellers is thrilled to introduce First Chapter Storytime. Join schoolteacher turned bookseller Adriana every Saturday from 10:30 to 11. She'll read a favorite picture book from Next Chapter's ever-growing children's selection, perfect for kids 4 to 7. There will also be fun activities planned right after the reading, so let's foster a love of reading in our little ones with First Chapter Storytime, Saturdays from 10:30 to 11 at Next Chapter Booksellers. Find upcoming Storytime books at nextchapterbooksellers.com.
Hi, this is Frank Brown, owner of Minuteman Press Uptown, Minnesota's only minority-owned union printing company. We have big news. We've moved to North Minneapolis.
Why did you move?
As a black business owner, I wanted to be part of the North Minneapolis community to provide jobs.
Are there other reasons you moved there?
We have bigger new equipment and outgrew the other location.
What kind of new equipment do you have?
We have new equipment that allows us to print quality signage and banners. We also have a new inkjet printer, printing larger sheets, improving production efficiencies.
Is the new location easy to find?
It's not only easy to find, it's more convenient with plenty of parking. We are now located on Washington Avenue North off I-94 and the Dowling exit.
So do you still print everything?
We print more than everything. We have over 175 Google reviews with a 5-star rating. Call 612-870-0777 or visit mpuptown.com. That's mpuptown.com. We print everything.
Welcome back, folks. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is just a fascinating guest. I hope you're enjoying listening to her as much as I am. Her name is Ericha Rupp, and she is the owner and founder of a therapy company called Notable Music Therapy Services of Minnesota. And she has been sharing how musical concepts and activities can help with neurodiverse individuals. And this has been just fascinating. I've got to have her back on the show if she's willing to talk more about this, because this is there's such a growing population of needs out in the community. And we folks, you should be listening to us off the air in between our segments. It's just such great conversation. But if you have a question for us, this is the last segment, 952-946-6205. Or, of course, you can text us your questions at 612-999-3426. Ericha, if our listeners have questions or want to contact you with more information, what's the best way to do that?
Absolutely. We've got 3 different ways. You can give our office a call at 952-378-4189. You can send us an email with your question at info@notablemusictherapy.com. And then we also have a website that you can check out. And there's also a frequently asked question tab on the website as well. And that's www.notablemusictherapy.com.
All right. And it's a beautiful website, amazing pictures and photos, and a lot of information. That FAQ page has a tremendous amount of questions, all kinds of questions that would really help you understand what she does. To me, it's kind of magic. With all the things, because I can walk down the hall and I can hear some of the activities and some of the music coming through, and it's pretty amazing. And what's interesting too is when I watch parents or guardians bringing in your friends, your honeys, they're all so excited to come see you. I mean, how often does that happen where you're going to see, quote unquote, a therapist or someone, and they're just skipping and hopping? They can't wait to get into the front door.
Yeah, that door is so heavy they can't.
I know, they're pulling on that front door, and my office is right in the front of the building, so I get a chance to see these amazing, wonderful young people coming into the door now, and I know that you do. You have your friends, as you call them, range in age from 6 months to 95 years. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not just for children. Even though there's a lot of children on your website.
Yes, that's how we started.
Right.
And we just expanded over the last, honestly, 12 months. We've expanded, and we now are working in group homes, residential homes, and in-home care as well. And I started a 95-year-old with dementia about a month or a half ago.
Yeah.
And It's been an absolute pleasure. I've got a nickname now, and we are literally having a party once a week.
Wow. Boy, that's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
Because we end up managing people with dementia as a part of end of life, and it's just it's just amazing. It's amazing, these individuals, and if you can tap into something there, and so many times it's music, and many times it's old music that they were their favorites when they were younger, and it's just amazing how the mind works. Yeah. So congratulations on that.
Oh, well, thanks.
That's just huge, and we should let people know that you have other therapists that you work with. So. So you've got an organization that's growing to help support the needs of the community. Yes. So again, if people are interested, again, please reach out, give you guys a call, give you an email, and you'd be happy to talk to them and see about if they would qualify for the services you have.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
We've got trained board-certified music therapists that are ready and waiting to serve our community. And I don't know if I can put on my other hat, but I'm also the president of the Minnesota chapter for all board-certified music therapists in the state of Minnesota. So if we can't serve you and you're up in Duluth area, or maybe you're way down in Rochester or anywhere in the state of Minnesota, please feel free to use the same contact information, and I will be more than happy to guide you in the direction that you need to be.
Well, we only got a couple minutes here. Why is it important to have a board-certified therapist? Because it's kind of a wide open music therapy. I mean, we work with music therapists that are volunteers or in different aspects of life. Tell us about why it's important that a person searching for this type of service needs to find a board-certified therapist.
Yeah, so glad you asked. When you find a music therapist, it's so important to make sure that they are actually qualified to do the work that you are seeking and to be able to provide the service without providing any additional harm, especially when we're working with individuals with mental health. Right. So board certificate
trauma.
Trauma. Oh, yeah, that's a big one. Trauma or physical disabilities or visual disabilities or impairments, it's absolutely important that you've got a board-certified music therapist. And if you want to double check to see if they are before you even give them a call, you can go to cbmt.org. So that's literally Certified Board Music Therapist.org. And there is a directory on there. It's really easy. It's up in the right-hand corner. You can go ahead and type in the individual's name and their certification number and the year that they were certified and when it expires comes up, and we're on a 5-year cycle. But yeah, it gives you the quality assurance when you've got a board certified music therapist that they know what they're doing. They've gone through the training. We have a strenuous training that we do with all of our accredited universities across the United States that we do 1,200 clinical hours to make sure that everybody knows exactly what they're doing, and then they sit for a board exam.
Wow. And of course, you get such great experience working with your friends and your honeys. That's pretty important. We got just a minute left in the show. Is there anything else you want to share with us in the last minute? I wish we could talk about more stories, but we'll bring you back for a story hour on all the different people you've touched and helped. Any last second thoughts here that we could share with the audience?
If you happen to be in the Lakeville area and want to stop by and observe what we get to do, we've got observation windows in all of our treatment spaces. You
nice
can come
to know.
on by.
Yeah.
Come on by, ask questions. We're there Monday through Saturday from 9:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. We're coming in and out because we do in-homes like we mentioned before. So you'll be able to find one of our smiley faces.
Wow. What a great show. Thank you so much
for
being here and sharing
me.
this amazing work that you do. We will have to have you back.
Absolutely.
There's so many stories that we could talk about. So we'll look at doing that here soon. I want to thank Ericha Rupp, owner and founder of Notable Music Therapy Services of Minnesota, for being here and sharing how musical concepts and activities can help with neurodiverse individuals. If you want more information, contact her at 952-378-4189 or email her at info@notablemusictherapy.com. Thank you so much for being here today, Ericha.
You're welcome.
We hope you enjoyed today's show, folks. Please contact us with any questions or comments you have regarding today's conversation. You can reach us anytime by voice or text at 612-999-3426. Join us again next Saturday at noon for another broadcast, and thank you for listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health and your life. Until next time, choose to live well.